Hey guys, name's Fen. Still feel like I got one of Crowley's gems lodged in my throat, but hey. Oh well.
Strix.
What do you want, Taffer?
Well, last I left off...
What's there to know? There's a bunch of hammerite gold
Yeah,
in
well,
there.
next level is this, so I guess I'll just go there.
St. Edgar's Church. This is where the Hammerite fanatics keep the chalice, a so-called holy relic. It's what the keepers are asking me to steal, if I want to see their prophecies for myself. The chalice might not be worth much on the street, but every hammer church has a nice pile of wealth stashed away. No reason not to fill my pockets while I'm here. This particular temple holds the crypt of some long-ago Hammerite hero, St. Edgar. Today was his holy day, so there's an all-night service. That might work in my favor if they're all sitting down praying, instead of looking for sinners to smite. Chances are they'll have anything they think is holy locked up pretty tight. I'll have to make sure they don't do the same to me. I'm not interested in the Hammerite brand of justice.
Well, brand loyalty is a tricky thing indeed, Garrett. Tricky indeed. So finally get to choose the difficulty again, and yeah, it pops back to normal every frickin' time, so gotta choose that all over again. And it's, yeah, I don't really look at this. Like I say, just kind of play it. Forest dwellers be they, and that's terrible. I want to just say a little anecdote here about the streets, in case you didn't know. When the first time that anybody catches you for real in the streets, they throw you into Pavelock Prison, which is an actual optional mission. Interesting idea. And you can, you can play it at any time, from the moment you get onto the streets to, I guess, near the end of the game. You can get caught at any time and get thrown in prison and play the mission. And I guess I'll play it to show it off, but I don't know when I'm going to play it, because, like I say, you can play it at any time, so it doesn't really have an order. But, anyways, I think this might look a little dark. I think my room has got too much lighting. This is a terrible thing. I am wasting coal all up the place. Except we have hydro here, but details. So I think that I could climb up here right away if I wanted. I might do that. If I don't know. There's like a guy here. I know it's hard to believe.
Towards the light, fire of the forge, water of the chalice, hammer of the god.
Hammer of the God. Written by someone who was a little unfamiliar with the Thief World. I don't know. I mean, Hammer of the God. The hammers don't say God. They say builder, because I guess the builder is their one god, but I've never heard them refer to him as a god or the god or God in any other place other than there. So it seems like sort of strange. Maybe I can't climb up here. Thought I could. Oh, there. Somehow managed to get up here now this time. Weird. But I'm pretty sure... I could swear. Let me just take care of this guy. Oh, yeah. When they walk by a statue, they recite that prayer because it's like what you gotta do to prevent yourself from being tempted from stealing the loot, as all good men are, I suppose. So now I managed to get up here and here. Like you saw me try before like 50,000 times, and I couldn't do it. Well, okay then.
The condemned man spake upon his day of execution to the brethren,
I am innocent. Do not cut off my head on this day. A wise brother tested the man, saying, If thou art innocent, thou canst set thy soul to rights by reciting the builder's holy prayer. Fearful, the condemned man spake, but I am too afraid to remember. I cannot. The wise brother replied, Fear never visits the innocent man. Even if thou art innocent of crime, thou art surely guilty of heresy. A righteous death shall cleanse thee of sin. So was the condemned man's head cleft from his body. I'm good at reading. And was innocence visited upon him that day. Yeah. That's a typical sort of Hammer writing, and that is a good piece of writing. So judges me, because I have every right to be judging these games, having had everything to do with their development history. Ooh, dog. I am not at all where I thought I was, however. I thought I was up in some guy's bedroom, which is where you always want to be. The more time you spend in a guy's bedroom, the more successful an 18th century woman you are. Or is it the other way around? Oh yeah, you can pull this if you want, but I'm not going to do it because why would I want to pull somebody's chain, man? Normally I go down first, and since I'm not where I thought I was, I think I'm just going to go down because I thought I was taking a clever shortcut, but apparently not. Back down on the first floor, ground floor here, and I guess since I normally play on normal, this guy might not be here on normal. I don't know. But, you know, go in the door, pick the lock with similar sort of pattern as everyone else. Because, as my old-time thief gaming goes, I always like to just waltz right in the front door. Well, waltzing is optional, but the front door isn't. I don't know about this, though. I can't even remember. I'm already frickin' somewhere. Never mind that. I want to go and hear a guy talk so that I can make a clever, sarcastic remark about him talking. I mean, you might or might not know what the hell I'm on about if you have or haven't played this game before. Oh. No, I think I do want to go here.
Builder, grant me thy strength for mine arm, to smite thy enemies in thy name and for thy purpose.
Builder, grant me protection from the evil of the trickster, from the malice of those who would follow him in their dark forest.
So shalt the Master Builder keep and watch over us. So shalt his forge scorch the unrighteous and burn away all that which is impure and of the earth. So shalt his blessed servant Saint Edgar serve as the messenger to his power. Praise to thee, Lord Builder, and praise to thee, Saint Edgar, thou who didst drink from the chalice and cleanse the land of unworthy in thy righteousness.
As thou hast directed, Master Forger Gretus, mine brethren shall summon thee as they retire from their works.
'Tis well, but make sure 'tis done in a timely fashion. Last month, several brethren sounded the bell far too late in the eve.
If I spy any brother late at his work, shalt I then tell him he needs must receive thy blessing, and tarry no longer?
That guy who recites that prayer is one of the only really tedious sounding lines in this game to me. It's... Uh-oh. I don't know how to play expert. How do I expert? Yeah, it's partly his voice and partly that the writing is not nearly as snappy in that one. It just kind of goes on and he sounds bored. Maybe he's supposed to because religion is like over pompous in this game and it's like all... everything is really long-winded and stuff, so... yeah. But, yeah, that bell I could ring earlier, that's to summon that guy away from his room, I guess. But I'm going to try to not do that because that's what I ordinarily do, but, who can remember such things upon the holy day of Saint Edgar? More like the holy day of Saint Amnesia, which I'm never going to play because everybody plays it. God knows I've never played Resident Evil 4 and declared it the best game ever, no? The glory of Saint Edgar! 'Twas the dawning of the last day of battle, and Saint Edgar didst see that his forces hadst but a few men left hale and unwounded. Then didst he kneel before the chalice, and didst give entreaty to the builder to gift him with death to his foes, or his own death. If it be thy will, let the foe fall. Grant me thy strength to seek victory for thee. If it be thy will, let the foe overcome. Give me death by thy will now, for the foe shall not have it. Then he supped from the chalice, and did light and glory fill his limbs, and the foe fell as winter before the spring. And Saint Edgar gave praise to the builder, and didst he walk amongst the wounded and captured enemy, and didst he give them sup from the chalice, and they were consumed utterly by the fire of the builder's forge, and the dead were beyond counting, because that genocide is good. That Saint Edgar shalt be praised above praise, and gloried above glory, was his visage graven and sculpted in purest gold, that all who saw it shouldst also know the glory of that day and the value of his deeds.
What didst I say?
Uh-oh. It's funny because these texts here, you know, obviously there's stuff like that in real life too, where it's like all kinds of things of that form, where, you know, the guy who wants to win and isn't willing to die or isn't willing to sacrifice never gets what he wants, or the guy that goes like, I don't care, I'll sacrifice, I'll die, he always gets, you know, he never has to go down that path, he always gets rewarded. And it's funny because a slightly less over-dramatic version of that is kind of true in real life, at least from me. The less I care about something that I want, the more likely it is to happen. It's pretty weird. But this is not the kind of amusing crap that I'm supposed to say in my amusing crap videos here. I'm supposed to more say, oh, look at that guy, his candle. He's a candle in the wind, and he's about to be snuffed. That's how the lyrics go, right? And so forth. That guy was sitting in a very strange pose, but I don't think I caught it on camera. But I somehow managed to scroll my items around. I don't know if they do that trick they always used to do where they put stuff between the pews, but possibly not, and I'm not gonna bother checking. Brothers, High Priest Gredus doth keep the holy symbol now in his chambers. The holy symbol of the Master Forger hath the imprint of the builder's grace direct from blessed Saint Edgar. 'Tis the mark of leadership, and hath many other uses. Pray for he who shoulders this burden. Hoof to forehead, High Priest Gredus. Yeah, well, I gotta get that, see? I know, my objective is to get that. I frickin' know that already. So, I guess normally when I go upstairs, I probably just follow these guys somewhere or other. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. Guess this might be a courtyard or something. I don't even remember this place. What have we? Church, courtyard, barracks. That's it. Only one page of a map for this mission. It's a pretty cool mission, though. You know, Hammerite Temples, always good stuff, and hammers, always fun, and so forth. Still love that swaggery walk that every AI has, no matter their faction. It's kind of just generic, but cool. And that was a very strange way of falling. But they drop their weapons for realism, but they're not noticed. Also for, well, for not realism, but for gameplay. Sort of like moss arrows, but yeah, whatever. Seriously, I don't remember this place. Why would I not remember this place? Like, that's so freaking bizarre. I want that moss arrow, what I'm never going to use. I must get it. You know what? I haven't really even tried moss arrows in this game, like, ever. Let's see just what they look like. Very, very, very similar, but slightly higher fidelity. Sweet. It's a very pointless place to put it, of course, but,
There! Someone there? Show
yeah,
thyself!
you can't abuse the AIs nearly so easily in this game. There's probably ways to do it, but I'm not aware of them. I think this is a door. Psst, psst, I think it's a... Oh, it's locked. Fairly strong lock as well. I should mention there are maybe 2 or 3 locks in the entire game where the sweet spot is not on one of the 8 directional points. That wasn't one of them, but yeah, they do exist, but there's only like maybe 2 or 3 of them, and I guess I'll point them out as I come to them. But it's just kind of interesting. Brothers, the same note as before. Yeah. What on earth is this? I'm trying to go into some other courtyard, I think, but I think I might have gone the utterly wrong direction for that, so I guess I'll do this side first, I suppose.
Master Forger Gredus hath called to all the Master Forgers of the Church, that he shall drink from the Builder's chalice.
'Tis madness. The chalice hath been barred for these past 50 years, since Master Forger Alibus didst drink and did burn unto death.
'Tis the Master Forger's wish to call upon all other Master Forgers to drink as well, that he may show himself both brave and righteous.
His pride speaketh so, and not his righteousness. And 'tis dangerous to bring the chalice forth. 'Twas the means by which so many pagans died. They shouldst well like to destroy it if they hadst but the means.
Ha! Let the pagans come, and we shall strike them down as we didst in St. Edgar's time.
Good old Hammerite voice there. Of course, the Master Forger is written like the Gear Vault, all modern style for reasons inexplicable. That guy is dumb and walks into walls and is fairly, verily dumb. Yep. O Builder, lead me away from the dark towards the light fire of the chalice, water of the forge, hammer of the god.
Hey, I see thee.
You see, I got that wrong, that's why he saw me. Thou canst never return unchanged from the forge. Oh really? Oh really? Oh really? Well, you can if you're some fireproof metal that might exist.
Impious, to all things doth their reward.
And I just interrupt themselves by yawning. Normally in Thief 2, they only interrupt themselves with a first alert or, you know, other things of that nature. In this one, they interrupt themselves with stupid yawns and things, and thus it's kind of pointless for them to even have these long speeches. But it's Thief 3, so it's kind of silly, but good. And here's an elevator. Man, I don't remember any of this crap. What is wrong with me? Well, I think one may be able to hide behind these, and I also think that there may be some loot behind one. I seem to remember, I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, there we go.
Canst build a chapel with twigs and moss. 'Tis not right to live in trees or caves. I thank thee, O Builder, for showing us the way.
I think Twilight might take exception to the first one.
Calls, wilt thou answereth when he requires it? Wilt thou go and set all aside, that thou might take up his tools?
Nope. And you said requireth or answereth or something in the wrong context there. That's ye old butchered English. I cannot abide. I cannot abide a lot of things. I cannot abide not saying cannot abide for a brief amount of time. What am I saying? I should eat some lunch so that I can have enough food
Blessings upon thee.
Well, and now?
in my tummy to be able to have good humor, but we all know that I don't take care of my health at all, but rather just stuff junk food into my face and then act surprised when my health goes a little bit funny. Brother Partis, I have gleaned what information I could about these volumes. Homilies of the Jeremites, illustrated, Priory of the Forge, Glendower volume, missing in Caris upheavals, Glory of St. Edgar, damaged but legible, Codex of the Admonitions, a gold-bound and valuable text, stored in the prayer room on the west side of the church, top floor. Well, I guess that's a special piece of loot. Put out the candle, Garrett, you dumb wanker. Put out the candle by wanking out. Okay. I will wank out all your candles! Psst, that's the end of the video. It's what we like to call a comedy ending.